Hey everyone, this is Raina Carrillo with Purpose and Passion. Let me tell you, today we have two Capricorns in the building in Lex Media Studios. And I'm going to tell you how we are truly Capricorns because we didn't call each other. We woke up today wearing very similar outfits. So it's Team Capricorn today. You're going to be really excited about who I have today and how she's going to share with you her journey of how she blossomed into this fierce woman called Miss Naja. Hey, Miss Naja.
Hey. It is crazy we got the same color on.
Yes,
I love it though.
I know.
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
oh
It's
my
energy.
God.
Good
Yes,
energy.
it is.
Good energy.
It is, definitely.
Good energy.
So share with the viewers, where your parents are from and where were you born and raised?
So my mother, she is from Cali. My father is actually from Nigeria. So I've never met my I've never met my biological father, but he is from Nigeria, and then I was born here as well in Cali. So
Awesome.
yeah.
And so, how was your youth, days in California? How was it? Did you go through being, did you get bullied? Were you popular? Like, how was your childhood?
My childhood was actually, I had different stages of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I grew up in Santa Monica, which is not too far from this area.
Yes.
So by the beach, nice, not too much of a like bad lifestyle, I would say. But growing up in Santa Monica, being African American, it wasn't too much of my kind.
Yes.
So I did stand out because my mother tried to keep me in the nicer schools in Santa Monica or like in the better areas. So I would stand out as far as like my race and as far as my name goes. Yes. My name is very different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only type of like difference that it would be. I could say that I went through is just like realizing that, okay, yeah, I am a black girl.
Yes.
And that I am different based off of my name, people having issues pronouncing it, just different things like that. So that would be my type of form of bullying, I guess you could say. But outside of that, I was very known. I hung out with everybody, which is the good thing about me. And that's what I did love about growing up in Santa Monica is it was very, very diverse. So I do have all type of rings of friends, and I'm able to communicate just in regular life now, or just in a big broad, just deal with people on all different sides of the spectrum. I don't look at color as anything. I notice it obviously because it's here, but it's not something that I use to hinder me. Like when I walk in the room, if it's just me, I don't feel like intimidated because it's been my life. So as an adult, I'm able to be places like, this is me, this is who I am. Yes, my name is Najai. Yes,
true Capricorn.
Yes, but this is who I am.
Yes.
So that's, like I said, it's helped me. But as far as like my life goes, like I would say that I was definitely like one of the girls that was in the mix. I ran track. I've always been very like leadership skills. So like in middle school, I was the 8th grade president.
Wow.
Of 8th grade. So like I was in the yearbook for best dress. Like I've always been somebody that's been seen, but that's just because that's the type of personality that I have. Yes. Sometimes I start off small, but then I'm going big.
Yes.
So I had a good childhood. I would say I had a good childhood.
So how was your prom when you graduated?
Prom. So of course, because I was one of those girls, I did date somebody who I'm actually we have children with now. We still deal with each other. I did date somebody that was big. So prom I ran for prom queen. I didn't win, but I didn't lose bad. Once again, difference. It's a difference. So, I didn't lose bad though. But prom was bomb. I went to prom in Suge Knight's Range Rover.
Yes.
It was real fly. Like I said, due to the person that I date or the person that I was dating and dealing with, we were in high levels. So prom was bomb. I just had a good time. I had a good life. I have a good life.
Yes, that's amazing. And so how did it feel becoming a mother for the first time?
Now that was kind of scary because it was like I never grew up with like younger siblings.
Yes.
I have an older brother, but we were kind of like detached as time went on. He moved out of the house at like I think when he was like 16, I was like 13, maybe 12, something like that. So I always hung out with older people. So I had a lot of brother figures and like sister figures. But as far as the house went, it was just me. So having to be responsible for a being, you know, at 20, I actually had my son 6 days before my 21st birthday. He was supposed to be born on my birthday, but he was born 6 days before my birthday. So just being a mother for the first time, his dad at the time, he was away at college.
Yes.
So I was by myself. I had his family, which I love, and I'm still, those are my people. That's my family. So it made it easy. I had my mom, you know, it made it easy, but it still was, it was hard. You know what I mean? You're responsible for a being. They're crying. You got to be there for them 24/7. Just learning life. You know what I mean? And it happens so fast. You think you're ready, and still now I have 2 other children. I have 3 children altogether, but in that time period, I've had kids in a 5-year gap, and every time I have a new child, it's still just a new experience because each child is different. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're getting. You think you know, but you don't know. And so I'm still learning. You know, some days I'm like, I got this, and then other days I'm like
stressed out. Yeah,
like this is for real. You know, and being responsible, like I said, for 3 individuals, you got to learn how to put yourself to the side. And so that's a lot what I've had to learn from being a parent, is that it's not about me anymore. And it's a lot of things that I want to do that, you know, I wish I could do that I can't do because my kids come first.
Yes.
And so that was really what it came down to, was just learning that it ain't about you no more. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's like, I tell people I haven't had good sleep in 13 and a half, 14 years, because my oldest is 14 or about to be 14. I haven't had good sleep since then. Yes. So like sleep to me, I don't know what sleep is. Even when I'm on vacation and my kids are not there, I'm thinking about my kids. Okay, are they eating good, or are they straight? You know, if something happens, like what am I gonna do? Like you're still a parent at all times. Like right now, I'm still like, if something happens, I'm gonna have to go. Yes, you know what I mean? Because my kids come first. So that's being a parent. You just learn that it's not about you anymore. And it's not even like something that you have time to process. It just happens like that. You know what I mean? Like, really.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I want to share with the viewers is me and Najai, we met through her father-in-law's nonprofit development option in the Crenshaw district.
Yes.
And Big U is the founder of the organization. And when I met Najai, you know, she was working with us at SEA, right? And she had children, and I think I had kids too. I had the first twins already.
Yes.
And one thing about her is that she was always positive, always. You know, even if she was going through things, you could never tell because she was always positive. And that's one thing that I love about her, was her positivity. But I did see through the years passing, you know, that you had made a shift spiritually.
Yes.
And I want you to share that with the viewers, what happened with that shift, because you went from working a job to being an entrepreneur, and things just happened. You could tell, like, it was just like this whole glory about you just changed. It was a shift. Yeah. And I want you to share that, because to me, when I start seeing that shift, I was so inspired.
Yeah, you were. That's one thing I will say, and that's the thing. Like, as you stated, we met when I was young. You know what I mean? I was real young. I had really just kind of started working for real due to my father-in-law. Yes. Him having the school on 60th and Crenshaw, and his organization, Parent with the School, gave me an opportunity to have my first job. And my first job was a job. We worked with kids. And I mean, these kids are not, it was a credit recovery school, but you're dealing with kids that are straight out of, you know, YAs, kids that are on the streets, kids that are in group homes. So they're with you once again. for a large amount of the time of their lives. So a lot of their anger, you learn just so much through these kids. And being young, I look like a kid. I'm I'm about to be 35 in January.
And you look 17.
Most people, when they see me, they see, oh, this young, little girl, she don't know what's going on. And so they come at you so hard, and you got to let them know, like, I'm not that. And so as people get to learn me and see me, they see like, okay, she ain't want to play with. Like, she little, but like she can hold her weight, and I can. So when we were working at the school, I was kind of finding myself. I was a new mommy. It was a new job. It was a new experience. And once again, now I'm really responsible for kids 24/7, because now I have my kid at home, but then I have these kids at this school that I'm responsible for, because we had to protect these kids. We were everything to these kids.
Yeah.
So, going through that transition, I learned myself, because I got broke a lot of times, but like you said, I never let it show.
Yeah.
And when I left that job, because I ended up leaving that job because I had another child, my daughter. I was pregnant with my daughter, and working that job and being pregnant was I got kids threatening me. I got kids in my face ready to fight me. Pregnant. They didn't care. They didn't see that I was pregnant.
Yes.
So I had to break myself from that and kind of find myself in a different direction. So from there, I moved to special education. I started working with special ed, and that was a whole nother realm of life. And at the same time of all of this, I'm going to school because now I have a child, and now I'm just trying to build myself as a woman.
Yes.
And I'm trying to make sure that whatever happens in life, my kid has what they need, whether it's from me, whether it's from their dad, whether it's from grandparent, whoever, they have what they need, but I can pull my part. So I started telling myself, you got to get back in school. You got to grind this out. You got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to school. I'm working with these other children, and I start realizing working with kids is stressful. I can't keep doing this and then go home and be a parent. I'm going off with my kids. I'm upset. I'm angry because I'm around kids that I can't really go off on. Then I get to my kids, and it's like, you dropped the pencil. It's like, why'd you drop the pencil? Why? And it's like, because they're a kid, Najai. So I got out of that, and I started working for the county. I graduated. I got my bachelor's degree in human services with emphasis on family and child welfare. And because I've always worked with children and I've always worked with people that are of need, I wanted to get into the county. So I started working for the county of Los Angeles as an eligibility worker. And I was like, okay, now I got it. I'm here. I got the 9 to 5. It's a good, job. I can survive off of this. I got my kids. At the time, I had my daughter and my son. And then a situation happened in my life prior to this. And I was a mom with 3 kids right now by myself. So I had to start thinking, how am I going to figure this out? And the pandemic happened. And the pandemic is when we all kind of had to wake up. Because whether you have money or not, you were now affected. All on a flat, you were affected. And that's when things started kicking into me. And I'm like, I got to figure this out, because if we don't get out of this, how am I going to survive? I got 3 children. I have family. I have my village, but what can I bring to the table? I don't want to just depend on the village. I'm always a go-getter. So I always got a little side something going on. I started doing Postmates. And I started doing Postmates with my kids during the pandemic. I was out here grinding. And I was like, I like this. I don't have to answer to nobody. If my kids need me, because when the pandemic happened, once again, your kids are with you now. You can't send them to school. You can't send them to the daycare. They're home. You know what I mean? So how can I make it with 3 kids? I'm not going to just leave my kids. I got to figure it out. So Postmates was perfect. And the kids loved it because we get to get out the house. You know what I mean? It was like, what?
I love it.
And then we going to get food? What? You know what I mean? It was great. We was driving around the neighborhood. They loved it.
That's awesome.
But I became a mother now. You know what I mean? I'm the teacher, I'm everything. So when the pandemic started easing up, I'm like, I got to figure it out, because I can't go back to a 9 to 5 now, because I became a mother again. Now I'm in my kid's life, whole circle.
For real. Like, whew.
So blessings to my father-in-law, Big U, because he taught me so much when I first came around him. He taught me so many skills of life, and I will never take that from him. I was just telling my cousin, he's taught me so many things. He's taught me so many ways to be an entrepreneur, and I didn't realize that he was teaching me these things. He taught me about LLCs, DBAs, how to make websites, how to market, how to brand, just so many things. But when I was younger. So now that I'm stuck and I'm trying to figure out life, I start going back to the tools that he taught me. And I start figuring out, how can I brand myself? I know how to do things. What can I do that can be successful? So I got into being an entrepreneur. And that's where my light went on.
Wow.
Is that the pandemic woke me up, basically. Because I was comfortable working for the county because I felt like all my life, that's what I was basically told. Let's just keep it real. Go get a 9-to-5, take care of your kids, you know, get you a nice job, go to college, get your degree. So that's what I did. I followed the formula. But when something went bad, that formula was no longer good because now I have no money consistently because I have to be a mom once again because I made this decision. So I can't go work, leave my kids. You know what I mean? I got a village that can help, but it's only so much they can do because we're all struggling right now. And my village has responsibilities, you know? So I had to figure it out. And so when I went to my tools of things that I can do, and my mother, she helped me as well, which is when I got into this, crystals. So now we go to the spiritual change. So I get into crystals because I was in a downfall, and my mom is like, "You got to figure this out." You know what I mean? Like you're putting yourself down. You're not eating. You're not doing well. You got to figure this out. So she started talking to me about positive things and just crystals and just ways to connect yourself and stuff like that. And that's when another wake up happened. Start getting connected with the crystals. Start, you know what I mean, putting my energy into other things and start manifesting different things. And start believing in different things and start knowing that, girl, you ain't one of them. You her. You know what I mean? So you gotta like wake up and turn it up. And because at the end of the day, regardless of what happens, you still got these 3 kids. So whatever you do, they looking at you. So if you sit and chill and just let life just keep happening, what you teaching them? And I got daughters. So my daughters got to be able to get out here. I got a son. He got to be able to know this is what a strong woman looks like because he's going to create a family. And I don't want him to get nobody that's going to use him. I want him to get somebody that's going to be able to look at him and say, okay, this is what we can do to breathe. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do it whether you got somebody next to you doing it or you doing it by yourself. You got to just show people like, I can handle it. And it's a lot of people that want to see me crumble. And I know it. And how I know it is because as I start rising, it's a lot of people that fell off. It's a lot of people that didn't have my back. And that's why I appreciate you because when you're going through it and you're down and people don't know you're down because you got to be the strong one. The strong one, me. And you got people who you look up to or people that you look like, dang, they doing it. Because I start seeing you running for mayor and being serious about it. Y'all, she been saying she going to be the mayor. She going to be the mayor. So I don't care what they got going on. She going to be the mayor. She been saying this. But since before now. And when she start putting it into motion, I'm looking at her, not knowing that you're making me feel like, well, if Raina out here doing it, because I know your life. I know you're a mother. I know you got kids. You know what I mean? And I know you got kids of different situations. And I'm watching this too. But I'm watching your success. So I'm like, let me start doing what I could do. Kids, you can't let the kids hinder you too. You gotta let them help you, but you can't be like, I got kids, I can't do this. No, okay.
No excuses.
I watch you. I'm gonna take my son and do this, and this. Because man, and that to me is wonderful because it's a lot of parents that don't want to accept it and they shield it. And you're like, no, this is my story. But I'm still gonna get out here and campaign and pass these things out because I'm about my community. So, like I said, I look at you, I look at my father-in-law, I look at a lot of strong people handle stuff. My mother-in-law, I know that she held down stuff. So I know that, okay, she did it. I can do this. My mama, my auntie, you know what I'm saying? Just people around me. And it's always the older people. And so when you come and you tell me, oh, I see you. I see
Oh,
you,
you see
Capricorn.
those
You doing your
messages?
thing.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? That makes me feel like,
yes.
okay, Raina's watching me. I'm good.
Yes.
I don't care about the people that want to see me fail, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I care about the ones that around me that see me from say it, like you said. Yes. You know what I'm saying? You know who I am. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I love that you see me grow. So that's where my spiritual change and my everything comes from, is really the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie, that woke me up. It just
wake you up.
Yeah. Yes. It made me realize, like, I gotta figure it out. So
what got you into your business? I just lost train of thought. There you go, body sculpting. Like, what got you into that?
So like I said, the pandemic woke me up, made me start looking into stuff. So first I started making candles. Mm-hmm. I started a candle business, and I started a candle business with based off of surrounding my crystals. Yes. And my candle brand is called Beautifully Jaded. And it's called Beautifully Jaded because my youngest daughter's middle name is Beautiful. And my first daughter's name is Jade, which is my middle name. Mm-hmm. And Jade is about balance and harmony. So as I was getting into crystals, my mother gave me my middle name, Jade, because of what it means. Yes. And when I realized Jade, the crystal, and what it stands for, I'm like, perfect. I'm going to use crystals as a concept in my candle. I should have brought one of my candles.
Yes. It's okay, because then I can get one.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Then I'll post it on social media.
Moving too fast. But my candles, I was like, okay, I got to come up with something else. This is a good start, but everybody coming out with candles. Everybody start coming out with stuff. Candles, you know what I mean? When the pandemic happened, boy, we had some real, I ain't gonna lie, we had some serious go-getters out here. We had some real people coming up with some stuff, because you have to find that $1 million something that can just take you off, because that's what the pandemic was about. At that point, people were sitting in the house investing in, John, Jill, you know, Naja. People was just investing. You know, everything. Everybody was doing everything. Now to the point where you're seeing that the market is now saturated with all the same, like you said, trucking. Trucking, everybody started doing trucking. Now a lot of people are struggling with trucking because everybody started doing trucking. So it's the same with the candles. I separated myself, but still it's like people like, that's another candle. So anyways, I was on social media, and I seen body sculpting. And body sculpting is a non-invasive form of plastic surgery. Mm-hmm. And me personally, I don't care too much for plastic surgery. Yes. I believe in the natural body. We all have what we have, and I feel like God gave it to us, and that's what we got to rock with. Yes. That's just me. But I do know that people do have issues and things they want to fix, but I don't necessarily believe in going under the knife or going to sleep, because it's a dangerous thing. So I wanted to get into something that could help the woman to be and feel good about herself. And sorry, let me not say just the woman, the person, because males can get this as well. Yes. So I was looking into it, and I came across this lady. Her name is Laura Dior, and she was in Atlanta, and she was an Aquarius, which, okay, we have a debate sometimes, but some believe I'm a Capricorn, some believe that I'm an Aquarius. I just say that I'm on the cusp. I am on the cusp, but I just say that I'm both. But I will say that I do have more Capricorn qualities than Aquarius. But it's on you, on how you feel. Yeah. So Laura Dior is an Aquarius, and I was looking at her hustle. Nevertheless, she's a young girl. She's out there doing her thing in Atlanta. This business is popping. So I said, I'm going in on it. So my father-in-law gave me some money, and I told him I'm going to take the money and I'm going to invest in it to do something for myself. Yes. And so that's what I did. I took the money that he gave me and I put it towards going to learn this business, because I knew that this is something that could be successful. And from this, I can also get into being an esthetician. So now I can do more things with the body, but I can help the woman in a way, because with, like I said, body sculpting is basically, it's a form of lipo, but it's laser lipo and it's non-invasive. So it's a way that you can lose the fat in your stomach, and it helps, but in a non-invasive way. Yes. In a way that doesn't hurt the body, in a way that doesn't damage the body, but it helps the body. So I'm like, this is perfect. So I took the money, I went to Atlanta, I learned the skill, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I came back, I learned the skill in February. I came back, I was like, I'm on this, I'm serious about this. I went, I found me a location, and I started body sculpting. You guys, I didn't know nothing. I just went in and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And when you're determined to do something, it happens.
Yeah.
So I told every day, I'm like, I'm going to get an office. First place I went to, right up the street from my house, perfect location, Santa Monica, not expensive in rent. The lady didn't credit check. She didn't do nothing that I thought was going to make this process hard. Yeah. It was so simple.
That's when you know God is blessing.
And that's what I was like, this is what's happening. This is what I'm supposed to do. And from there, I just kept going. And every pillar I hit, I remember the first office I got, 6 months into it, it was like, we got to close because somebody was buying the building. Yes. And I was crushed. I called my mom crying. Mama's like, why are you tripping? Just go try to see if you can find. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to find nothing else in Santa Monica. There's no way. Like, I'm Black. It's just going to be so hard. They're going to give me a credit check. I don't have time for this. Just go look. I talked to my friend. She's like, girl, don't trip. Went on Craigslist. Found a location. You guys, I'm telling you, manifestations and just believing in yourself is so important. So important. And it works magic. Literally,
I got
an email telling me that my office was closing and I had a month to get out of there. Cried the same day. Went on Craigslist. I called this lady, told her what I was about. She's like, come in, meet with the lady. I'm like, all right, nervous as heck. Yeah. The building was literally right across the street from my house. I went from around the corner, maybe like 5-10 minutes, to literally right across from my house. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to get this. Mom was like, don't say that.
Yeah.
I ended up literally meeting the lady like 2 days later, and she happened to be one of us.
Wow.
She happened to be one of us. She was a young lady. She had a kid. Her kid was biracial. She was biracial. She understood me.
Yeah.
I went in there. I didn't even talk about nothing. She showed me the office, and we started talking about each other because of energy.
Yeah.
And just based off of her listening to me and hearing I'm a young mom, this is my second office. I got the office, and I was scared because location, they're not going to mess with me. And they did because I believed in myself. Yeah. And when I went in there, I said, I'm going to get this because this is what I need. And I worked right across the street from my house. And the office, once again, that row got sold. But when it happened, I was crying. I was upset. Like, here we go again. I'm going to have to try to find another office. But I needed that. And I didn't realize that I needed that. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that I needed a break. And once again, sometimes the man above will do things for you and it doesn't make sense, but he'll do them for you because you don't know you need a break. You don't know that this is not making sense right now. You take time. You did what you needed to do. You service who you need to serve. Take time for a second. Now find yourself again. So now that's where I'm at now. I still body scope, but I'm trying to figure it out again. Yes. I went through the process. I learned it. And now I know that I can be an entrepreneur. I tell people always, like, I'll have a job because I got jobs. But there are always going to be jobs that are beneficial to me and I don't have to answer to nobody. Yes. I'm always going to be a contractor. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Yes. That's just what it is. Because I became a mother, for real. I take my kids to school now. I pick them up. I can show up at their events if they have an event. Yes. I can do what I need to do. Yeah, it's a different lifestyle and it's a struggle because some days are good days and some days are bad. Yes. Some days I make money, some days I don't. But I can be a mother. I can still make money. I can do what I like. And I can continue to build myself because one thing my father-in-law always told me is that millionaires don't become millionaires. Most millionaires do not become millionaires until after their 40s. So I'm 35. Yeah. So I got time. You know what I mean? I got time to create and continue to brand myself. Yes. I got time to continue to build myself. And by the time I'm that millionaire, my kids, they're young still. So they'll be able to reap those benefits and they'll be able to have the lifestyle. You have to just learn life. I'm just learning. So,
well, I love the fact that you were traveling and the energy. It was just amazing. I love seeing your stories. I love because I haven't had the chance to travel, right? But I was traveling through you and you had no idea that I was so inspired just to see you, traveling because I was traveling through you.
I had to.
Yes.
I had to just find myself. Like, I'm not going to lie. In life, I got caught up. I got caught up in a lot of what I felt like I was supposed to do. So even like dating and even just being in a relationship, I was just caught up in that. Yes. So when I opened up myself to life, I started meeting people. I started being able to be part of certain experiences that allowed me to travel and allowed me to get out. I started reconnecting with different type of, people I would never connect with. And I started learning different things about myself that I didn't know because I was so caught up with being a mom and just being about my kids and feeling like, oh, if I do this, it's wrong. Yeah. But then I learned, like, girl, you can have fun and be a mama and, of course. You know what I mean? And get out there. And I realized it's actually cheaper to save up some money and get on a plane and leave for a weekend than it is to sit out here. It's expensive in Cali. Yes. You know what I mean? So I started learning that, I can put together, a couple $100 and go sit up in another state. Yes. Look at a nice view or, go out and eat something different than sit here. Yeah. So that's what I started doing. And I, now, like you said, I'm not afraid to get up and go. I have to plan it because I still got kids and, I can't be gone like I want to, but I'm going to take advantage of what I can with what I got.
I love that. So how can our viewers find you on social media so they can become your new client?
So I have for my candles, if you want to learn about the crystals, and because like I said, I have candles, I have spritzes, I have people like sage, I got a sage spray, like just things that create positive energy. Yes. That's on Beautifully Jaded 143. And then I have for my body sculpting, we have Beautifully Sculpted 143. And that page, like I said, deals with my body sculpting. I don't just do body sculpting. I do other things that help the body. I do cellulite reduction.
Oh, I need that.
I can do non-invasive butt enhancements where you can, plump the butt up a little bit if you need to. I do teeth gems. Like some people are into like the rhinestones and stuff on their teeth, so I do those. And then, like I said, I am going to get my esthetician license so I can get into like waxing and just everything to help the woman in a natural, positive way. That's my ultimate goal. So those are the places that you can find my businesses and tap in with me and just get to know me. Outside of that, I'm a good person.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for gracing Lux Media, Purpose and Passion. I'm just so proud of you. And I'm just grateful that you were able to be here in the Lux Media Studios at City Club to just share your story, because you're going to inspire somebody that is literally a mom at home, probably working a job or not working a job, trying to find herself. And what you just expressed to us here is so powerful that you have no idea.
Well, I appreciate you for having me. And, I think this is really, really dope. I've been trying to get on here, y'all, for a minute. So when she asked me, I was just so blessed. And even once again, because we're both mothers and we both got busy lives, just being able to have the time to come and sit with you and just be here and bless this and just be a part of this, I really, really, really am appreciative. And you guys, outside of her bumping me up, this is a great woman, which I know you guys know, but this is really, really, really a great woman. And when I tell you, outside of her saying I'm a great example, no, this is a great example of holding it down, doing what you got to do. I mean, like, she's really, really dope. And when that day comes, when she is able to accomplish everything she accomplishes and wants to accomplish, I'm going to be there. So y'all going to see me. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not just here for this. I'm a part of her life. This is my dog, my rain dog.
Rain dog.
I love her. And like she said, this is some Capricorn energy. As y'all see, we got matching outfits on. Yes, both out here looking fly. Yes. Got a red lips and stuff. So I love it. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Lux Media. Thank you all, you guys. The view. Woo!
It's amazing.
I wish y'all could see this view, man. These clouds, it's real nice out here. I love it. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. This is Raina Carrillo signing out. The marathon continues.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient NASET. NASET increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.